Hi, welcome to the potato night. No. Don't fucking crunch the bag.
Sorry.
Hi, welcome to the Potato Night podcast. I'm Charlie.
I'm V. Tonight we're making potato cakes.
Yes, we are.
We sure are.
I was messing around with the audio recordings a second ago because there is like a 45-minute recording from me the other night when I had a really bad kidney infection like the first night. And I had like a temperature and I was lying in bed like in so much pain and I just had the guitar next to me and I was like just crying playing guitar about how like sore my organs were. I really didn't want to accidentally record over that, so...
Yeah, that's some bonus content right there. for the oh, by the way, in case I've forgotten to tell everybody, which I probably have, I'm going away for a month.
You are?
And I'm bringing Melody with me.
Mm-hmm.
So...
I'm so sad that I can't go. I'm starting uni.
Rip.
Yeah.
It's alright, you can come to the next one.
Next year. Blueberry picking too.
Yeah, or like winter. I don't know. I haven't made any choices yet.
There's no way that they like pick blueberries year round.
Okay, no, blueberries are not a year-round fruit. Raspberries and stuff is a winter fruit though, and it's like the same company that does labor for all these like farms.
That sounds fun. Well, next time you go up, I'd love to.
Hell yeah. Well, I think what with the job market being the way that it is, it'll probably be at least a couple more times this year and next.
Yeah.
For me personally. Also, just because I think it'd be fun.
Exactly. I've been like applying a million places at the moment because...
Oh yeah, no, there's nothing.
I have made the financial just
choice.
Big brain moment to go on a trip with a couple buds.
Oh yeah, the big mission with the boys to not the loony bin.
Big mission with the boys. And
how many potatoes am I doing, by the way?
Well, we're making cakes.
I'll
so
just do like...
How many are in here? Maybe like 5. That's what we did for like the hash browns.
Yeah.
And then if there's leftover.
Well, we also did like 5 or 6 actually, because one was a small one for decorated mash, which was really good.
Yeah, so we can comfortably eat 5 potatoes.
Yeah, I don't know about comfortably. I was certainly very comfortable on the couch after I'd eaten half of 5 potatoes.
Oh god, that was so good last time.
I know.
What did we end up doing after the cosplay cast?
Oh.
Because we just did nothing, I think.
Yeah, I think we were just like hanging out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Huh.
That wasn't too bad.
Yeah. Have you gotten fired from McDonald's yet?
No, I figure the month while I'm away, I'm just gonna quit.
Nice.
Like, I haven't got any shifts. Last week, I didn't get any, like, the coming week. I haven't closed off my availabilities for the month I'm away.
I see. And
partly because I want to see if they just literally give me anything. And also because one of my partners, Jess, is also not getting any shifts. And I figure if I get a shift... Jess can have it if they can take it.
That is clever.
Yeah.
You buccaneer.
I am a buccaneer.
You're pirating McDonald's.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's exciting though, you're quitting.
Yeah. I meant to quit last March, and then the coronavirus, so I didn't.
Yeah. Oh god, because I've been like rampantly searching for jobs, but I've kind of decided to stop until after I'm at uni at this point because it's getting too close to like
you gotta
start
work
now
out
when
your
I don't
hours
know.
and shit.
Yeah, know my schedule.
Yeah.
The KFC online application was fucking hilarious. It was like...
Should I do another one for flavor?
How many?
I've got 5 so far.
Yeah, I reckon, one more. I'll do this. The KFC online like job application is like so clearly catered towards 14-year-olds.
Yeah.
It's like got emojis in like the questions and they're all like, what do you like to do at school? Be in clubs. Be on my favorite sports team.
Yeah.
Hang out with my friends. And it's like, I am a broke university student.
I am an adult woman.
Yeah, and in like the text responses, I was like very clearly like, I can work weekdays. Hey, hi, I'm not in 8th grade. I can do it.
I can do it.
Hey, look at me. I've got these hours.
Yeah.
13-year-olds are at school.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that was like, and then they were like, Why are you applying? Why would you like to work at KFC? And it's like, because shit isn't working how I thought it would.
Yeah. Why does anyone apply to KFC?
Yeah.
I finally heard back from Coles the other day.
Oh, did you? Skydiving?
What? Yeah. I don't remember if we told the story on the podcast, and I don't know if everyone who's heard the podcast has heard this story, but I was applying for the Coles. There was like some gas station overnight position open in St. Ives in Coles. And their employment quiz was very strange. It was like 50 questions long. It took forever to do. And there was a section of it that was just like a PowerPoint of like different like things, slides, whatever. And you had to click agree or no, you didn't. You had to click me or not me to each thing. So some of them were like extrovert, you know, the usual.
Which makes sense for a me or not me question.
Yeah, the usual like corporate garbage. And then there are two questions that threw me. One of them was like, give me a break.
Me.
And I could not for the life of me. I don't know if this was just because I'm ADHD and like tone is
makes
bad.
no sense.
It was
like a guy.
give me a break, and it was me or not me, and it was like exactly the sort of clip art you'd expect. It was like a woman like puffing her cheeks out, staring at the roof of like a completely pristine apartment building.
Give me
and
a
I, for the
break.
life of me, could not work out whether it meant give me a break or please give me my legally mandated rest breaks. Like I couldn't work it out, so I was just like not me, and I moved on. And then
you said not me to give me a break?
Yeah, because I couldn't take a chance. What if Coles is really shady, as it turns out?
They don't give you breaks.
They don't give me breaks. Not that it would matter on this overnight Coles shift in St. Ives when nobody goes into except to buy a slushie at 2 a.m.
You know what? Nobody goes into St. Ives in the day.
Yeah.
So...
And then the other slide that really threw me...
This one's better.
This one is better. I was building up to it. It's, the photo, first off, is like a POV shot, and it's like a country... This dude is very clearly, like, up in the air, arms out. You can see him in the photo. Below that, the caption is, skydiving? No, it isn't. Skydiving? Question mark. Me or not me? How do I respond to this? Coles, I don't know.
Skydiving?
Skydiving.
But dude, skydiving, is that you or not you?
Well, I said not me because I am scared shitless of heights.
That's why you didn't get hired.
Because I said no to skydiving?
Yeah. They know.
Probably. But yeah. So this was, I feel I should clarify, this was before Christmas. This was in, like, November. No, it wasn't. It was, like, earlier than that.
It was, yeah.
It was, like, August, September, I think, is when I was applying for this, because I was well and truly sick and tired of McDonald's.
Because they had to filter out all the Christmas casuals who weren't going to skydive.
Yeah.
Are you willing to skydive for Coles?
Yeah, if they pay for it.
I would go skydiving to secure a job at Coles.
I mean, would you?
Yeah.
Fair enough, I guess. I don't have the same kind of, like, risk-taking spirit.
Yeah. I don't know if it's really a risk. Skydiving's, like, pretty tame these days. There's, like, second parachutes and shit.
Yeah.
In case the first one fails.
Statistically, the majority of people still die.
What?
It's like the death
The
rate
majority
of
of people who
is like 55%.
It is not.
It is.
No, it isn't.
You know, I'm gonna Google it.
There's no fucking way people are still going skydiving if, like, 1 in every 2 people who go skydiving die.
You know what? I believe this. Can you pass me my phone? It's on top of the box of favorites.
Yes, I will pass you your phone so you can
Look at the mortality rate of skydiving.
It is not 50%.
It's really high.
Not 50%.
That's pretty high.
Yes, it is. That's you go skydiving twice and don't come home.
Skydiving.
Mortality rate.
Mortality. Right. That's not how you spell right.
You fucking... Pingo.
I'll leave the server again in spite. Okay.
What does that say? 22 people per year? That doesn't sound like 50%.
Okay. So the actual chance of dying skydiving is about 1 in 100,000. Which is a lot lower than 1 in about 2.
Sounds like someone had a bit of a bungo moment.
Yikes. I know you won't edit this out, but please edit this out.
No. Skydiving?
Skydiving. But yeah. Another thing that's made me really angry about the concept of, like, jobs recently.
Yeah.
Sally was working at Geordie's The Cult Cafe.
Yes.
On last Friday.
Yes.
She was like, just do anything. Sally, by the way, is not even, like, remotely qualified to work in a cafe. Like, she has no, like, cafe-based skills.
Were you when you started working there?
Yeah, was like I had been a barista for 5 years. For, like, 5 months when I started working at Geordie's.
Where? In
Workers,
McDonald's?
yeah.
Oh. Well, that's McDonald's barista, though.
Yeah, it's
They
more
let everyone
experience
be
than
a-
Sally's got.
Okay.
But yeah, so Sally's working on Friday, and this guy who's, like, semi-regular comes into the store, and he goes, hey, do you want a job? And so I was like, and he was like, it's, like, 3 days a week, you'd be, like, doing admin, it's, like, just down the road from here. Call me after you've had a think about it.
To Sally?
To Sally. So she called him on Monday. And basically she's just now acquired an office job. She's now, she didn't have to do anything.
Yeah.
I'm so angry about it.
I mean, we're not exactly secretary types.
I know that. But the fact that she just, like, was working at the world's shittest cafe, and somebody cared enough to, like, give her a way out and also a job? Upsetting to me.
It's probably, like, some vampire shit, and they're gonna, like...
Oh, yeah, no,
blood
like,
sacrifice her.
she had her first shift today. She started at 8:30, and by the time I left home at 5:30, she still wasn't home. Like, we passed her car driving up to the station, and the building looked closed from what I could see from the station, so I might not have a sister anymore. We'll update when I get home.
Well,
But yeah,
that's funky.
it's very funky. But, like, her minimum is, like, $20 an hour, which is my minimum, and I'm a 19-year-old.
$20 an hour.
God, I wish I got paid $20 an hour. Like, I do, but I don't work any hours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man. I, because my babysitting gig / nannying gig, it's more nannying because I do, like, cleaning. I've had, like, a couple of shifts recently, not, like, enough. But I was so annoyed because I got, like, a text from the mum asking if I could come for, like, 6 or something hours on a day.
Yeah.
Which would have, like, taken me to, like, $120.
Yeah.
But I had, like, the terrible kidney infection, and I was like,
No!
oh, I wish. And then I also had, like, a uni thing, and so I was like,
that's
no,
so annoying.
please, just reschedule your life so it can fit around my schedule.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I've discovered recently that a couple of, like, Cam and also this girl I play other D&D with, Skylar, have their birthdays on the 23rd, which is the day before Melody and I are
Of January?
leaving. Yeah.
That's my dad's birthday as well.
Oh, that's funky.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I've, like, completely failed to recognise the closeness of all of these events happening, so I'm going to try and make them all work. Yeah.
Oh, I might have actually double booked myself if Cam's birthday party is on my dad's birthday.
I don't remember if that was set in stone, though.
Yeah.
I was trying to find it on the Discord earlier, and I couldn't. So, we'll find out.
Yeah, we'll do the cooking later.
Yeah.
The great thing about spring onions is they do not, like, burn your eyes out.
Yeah. They're
Which
pretty
is
good.
nice. Yeah.
Man, I am shallot pancake.
Oh, yes. Good stuff.
Good stuff. I don't know. What else has happened recently? Oh, tragedy.
Oh, no.
This week on Wednesday, I'm gonna say he was an Elvis impersonator. His name was Melvis. He was, like, famous in Hong Kong for being just the worst Elvis impersonator anyone had ever seen. But I have very fond memories of, like, going to pubs in Lang Ko Fong. And, like, my parents would get smashed, and their friends would get smashed, and they'd just give him lots of money, and he'd sing terrible Elvis songs.
Okay, you know how we were talking about the job market before? Is his job open?
Yeah, in
Did he
Hong Kong.
Did he die? I'm going!
He died at the age of 68 following coronavirus complications, which is really, really sad. But, like, that was an unlocked memory, and now I'm so sad that he's dead, even though I forgot he existed until this week.
Oh, but you know what? Now there's an open job on the Elvis impersonator market.
In Hong Kong,
In Hong Kong, so what?
Fair
like
enough.
a hop, skip, and a jump.
It's like 21 hours on a plane.
Where the fuck is Hong Kong? I thought that was like in... Like...
Okay, no, it's 21 hours, like, all up, because you're waiting for a separate connecting flight. It's like a 17-hour flight.
Okay, but like,
It's
waiting
like...
for a connecting flight is not total flight time.
Yeah, okay, well, it's 17 hours total flight time.
Really?
Yeah.
Is Hong Kong... Oh, it's like off China.
Yeah.
It's like the
It's
island.
like on the coast
yes.
of China. Off the coast of
Okay,
China.
that makes sense.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm, like, devastated about it, but also how fucking funny is that? Melvis, the terrible Elvis impersonator. He made bank.
Yeah.
And he wasn't good at his job, but he made so much money off drunk white people in Lung Kwai Fong in Hong Kong.
Damn. What a fucking life. What a life to live.
Yeah.
Melvis. Man.
But yeah. Anyway, there's some Virgil lore for you. I don't know, this week, we were playing D&D, and, like, it devolved into this conversation about who was superior, the Southern Hemisphere or the Northern Hemisphere.
Oh, Southern.
Well, yeah,
Northern one's got
live
Russia.
here. Yeah, it's true.
Mm.
But, like, one member of my D&D group, Roxy, is Irish, and another, Sawney, is Scottish, I think, from their accent.
Oh, rivalry.
Not even. They just decided they all hate the Australians. And I was like, technically, because, like, one of my other friends, Jasper, had, like, assigned people into valid and not valid based on which hemisphere they were from.
Mm.
And I got put in South because I'm valid. And I was like, technically, I'm from the Northern Hemisphere. And Roxy, deadass, goes, oh, Virgil law? Which I just thought was so fucking funny.
Virgil law.
Virgil law.
The law.
But yeah.
It comes with law.
He comes with law. I come with law. And also, this is the same D&D group that assigned me both main character energy and also a really dodgy side character energy, which I find very funny.
I don't know. I think you've got, like...
Please don't say comedic sidekick energy.
No. You've got, like... Okay, what's, like...
Here we go.
Okay, not the antagonist, but you've got rival energy.
Thank you! Finally. Somebody
Rival.
gets me. It's
Yeah.
fucking the period gesture. I've been doing it so much lately and I hate it a lot.
Yeah,
it's
no,
so
sorry.
annoying.
You probably caught that from me.
I did. I know that I did.
I do that shit all the time. Like,
Oh.
but about the hemisphere thing, I was
Yeah.
having like a fucking Snapchat conversation or something.
Mm-hmm.
And we came to the conclusion that Canada and Australia are like fire type and ice type of the same Pokemon.
You're devastatingly right.
Like, because Canada's really just Australia but cold instead of hot.
Yeah. Also, like, people are nicer to you in Canada.
Yeah, people are pretty nice here.
Yeah, that's true. People in Canada say cunt less, is what I mean by nicer
Yeah.
to you.
Oh, but here cunt is well meant.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah.
Geography.
Geography. I just really enjoy, Virgil lore? I think that's funny.
The law.
Like, I don't set out to be mysterious, but my other D&D group is convinced that, like, I don't think anyone knows who I am, like, at all. Which, to be fair, is because I'm not, like, super talkative.
Yeah.
Like, even in general conversation, not even playing D&D. But,
We're
like,
playing D&D. At our group, you didn't fucking say anything the last session. I was like, are you gonna do anything?
Yeah.
And you were like, no.
What? Okay, I thought there was, like, lore happening inside still. I didn't realize the story had moved outside.
The, like, whole thing had... There was a chase scene!
I know that! I'm just really stupid.
I still haven't written notes from last session.
Oh, yeah.
Because I went to a party after... Not like party, I don't want to say. Because it was, like, 5
Episode.
guests.
Yeah.
Because COVID. Yeah.
This is solidly unrelated, but I've noticed, like, the color of the side of your hair. like, the front looks fine, but further back where you DIY bleached it, it's so
bad.
Vibrantly orange.
Yeah.
It's so funny. I can't.
It's
horrendous.
Like, yeah, no, it's
good.
bad.
It's not good.
I'm too poor to go get my hair done, and I like being blonde, and so now...
Yeah, I do think the blonde suits you, except for the terrible bits.
Terrible. Yeah, it is not good.
Yeah.
Because the front of the roots, it worked out fine, but then I've got this section in the back where it's all just, like, orange roots.
Yeah.
Not good.
Not great.
And I have to, like, try and fix it soon. Otherwise, I'm gonna have a whole nother set of roots.
Yeah.
Yikes.
My very cool, funky split hair dye has, like, pastalized itself quite a lot.
A little bit, yeah.
And I'm thinking about, like, redoing the red before I go away. But possibly just leaving the blue. I quite like the...
Yeah, the toned out blue is nice, but I think, you gotta touch up the red a little bit. Because it's, like, very bright red at the roots still, and then it's, like, pink at the ends.
Yeah. Which is partly because my hair is, like, bleached to hell and it doesn't hold colour that great anymore.
Yeah. I thought that would work the other way around, where it, like, becomes more absorbent because it's like hay.
It can do either, I've discovered. Because sometimes if you bleach the shit out of your hair, it'll hold on to blue like there's no tomorrow.
Yeah.
But other colours, it can be more or less grippy than blue. Man. My mum... Sorry, not to talk shit about my mum constantly.
Lol.
But, like, the other night, she was like, when are you gonna, like, put your hair back to normal? And I was like, eventually. And she was like, right, well, I've got this coupon for, like, a family photo shoot, and I don't want you ruining it. And I was like, well, if you don't want me ruining it,
buy a wig.
Don't have me there.
Yeah.
Frankly, like, it...
Who has, like, family photo shoots with adult children?
My mum.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
But that's because your mum's, like, a specimen.
That's true. But yeah, no, well, she was like, I just want a nice, like, family photo. Like, you finished school, Sally's finishing school and going into uni, Tom's still in school. I want this to be, like, an accurate depiction of the time. And I was like, well, this is what my hair looks like at this period in my life. And she was like, well, I don't like it, so can you dye it back? And I was like, no.
Oh.
It's my hair.
Damn.
And then she, like, had this go at me about, do you think your hair and your tongue piercing, like, define you, make you something you aren't? And I was like, literally no. What? And she was like, well, in my day, people who had tongue piercings were only known for giving head. And I was like, well, that's kind of what they're known for now. Not that I personally do, but if you do, I'm asubsexual, despite how horny I constantly am on the podcast. But, like, I don't know, she went on this, like, whole tirade about, this is not who you are! And I was like, it's a piece of metal and some fun colours. I know it's not who I am.
It's like, your body is a temple.
Does being blonde make you who you are? And she was like, no, but that's my natural hair colour, so it's different. And I was like, literally how? It's a hair colour.
Yeah.
Yeah. So my mum's got some opinions, as she always does.
Wow.
Yeah.
This was like a therapy session.
Sorry.
Do you feel better?
A little bit, yeah.
Man.
Yeah.
I don't get that. It's like...
I don't eat... Like, obviously I don't, because I'm doing stupid stuff to myself. But...
Well, yeah. But it's like... What is the point of giving a shit what other people do to their bodies?
Yeah.
Like...
Yeah, that's my, like, entire thought. Every time I have one of these conversations with my mum, which is, like, almost every 4 months, like, on the dot, she's like, oh, I haven't reprimanded my eldest child about their choices recently. She'd be like, do you know how embarrassing you are to this family? And I'm like, no, and I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not even home half the time.
Oh, no, it would be a shame if you disowned me.
Yeah.
Would be a shame if I,
legit,
just
like,
go.
Like, halfway through this conversation, I was like, what if I just told her I was trans and then I just left? Like, Charlie would let me crash. Like, you'd let me crash on the couch.
Yeah.
I could just do it. I could just get on with the rest of my life that way.
Yeah.
Then I was like, oh, no, I've left my laptop upstairs and that'd be a hassle.
To go back upstairs.
Go back upstairs, grab, like, my laptop and my go bag, which I've had since I was 15, and just, like, leave.
What about all your, like, mice and shit?
Oh, I get Sally to take... That's what I'm doing for this month that I'm away, is bribing Sally to take care of them.
You bribe Sally to do a lot of stuff.
It's because she won't do it otherwise.
Man.
But yeah.
This blueberry trip.
Yeah. I'm excited.
Yeah. It's so, like, genuinely fucking random. Because I remember seeing, like, a couple of months back.
Yeah.
Like, I think it was a TikTok of, like, the blueberry rake that they used to get them off the bushes. Yeah. And I was like, oh, that'd be fun. And you're actually going to do that now. What if they don't give you a rake and you have to do it by hand?
Well, I mean, it's not... it's fruit picking. I do that at home.
Yeah, but it's blueberries. There's, like, 100,000.
Yeah, but there's a trick to it where if you, like, put your hand... This is going to be...
You've watched, like, blueberry picking tutorials already?
I have a couple of blueberry bushes at home.
Oh, shit, you've been practicing.
I've been practicing.
Oh, shit.
But, like, this is going to be some interesting hand motions because I can't explain.
Okay.
But, like, okay, so blueberries grow in, like, clumps under leaves.
The cluster.
So if you, like, grab it and, like, sort of roll them in your hand...
Periods.
Period, but also in the way you might gently squeeze a testicle. Then you like
shaky balls around. Call that a protein shake. Sorry. That was a tweet I made the other day, and then like a personal trainer like retweeted it, and I think they just searched for protein shake and didn't read.
Still funny.
I think it was like juggle he balls around. Call that shit a protein shake.
Yeah. But yeah, that's a pretty effective way of picking blue. You got to be gentle though, because you don't want to freeze them.
Into the testicle, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah. Was the last podcast released before Christmas?
No,
it was after. Yeah,
it was after. Yeah.
Yeah, it was after New Year's even.
Yeah.
But I was talking to my mom about it because I was like, hey, I know you don't listen to the podcast, but if you ever do, you might want to skip the cum artifacts episode. And she was like, oh, why? And
it's so funny though.
I told her about...
That's our most comedic moment, is the cum artifacts episode.
I told her about the mushrooms.
Oh yeah.
And like because I've already told her about like the rainbow dash jar.
Yeah.
And like, but I told her about the mushroom, and she was... I've never seen her more like actually disgusted than the mushroom.
Yeah, that's pretty reasonable.
The am I a father?
Yeah.
Man.
I think that might be my favorite episode that we've done, is the cum artifacts one. It's just funny.
Oh god.
We would like on a roll, and it was so fucking funny.
Technically when this one comes out it'll be 2 episodes ago because I haven't released
the Coscast
yet because I haven't been bothered to edit.
Yeah, that's fair.
So I've been ill.
Yeah.
Oh, what was I?
What was you?
But yeah. Dude.
Honestly, I don't even remember filming the Coscast episode except for recording both the Coscast episode because I remember that I was late and then nothing else of that evening.
Lol.
Nope, that's a lie. I remember potatoes.
That's true. They were really good.
They were really good.
Period. Yes. Period. Yeah. I'm just like separating the spring onions. It's so fun. You just like...
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to go.
Yeah. Get in there.
Bits. Yeah. It's just... Layers. Not that it's just occurred to me, but this week it occurred to me that I'm going to be living with Melody for a month. Mm-hmm. Melody who can't cook. So I've got a month to teach this girl how to cook!
You can do it.
Yeah, I know.
That's doable.
Yeah, I know.
Everyone can cook.
I know.
Everyone can cook.
But I did not take it into account.
Oh, I'm so sad. I want to go.
Oh, next time.
But, yeah.
Yeah.
All these big things happening.
I know.
So, we were talking about what's going to happen to the podcast.
Oh, yeah.
While you were away.
Yes.
And, we're debating between the idea of, pre-recording some and then releasing them, when you're away.
Yeah.
And
I feel like we could do that, next week.
Yeah,
yes,
that's the last week before you go. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I'm also going away for a week, and then I'm starting uni, so it's sort of happening at the perfect time for it to take a little break anyway.
Yeah.
But when we come back, who knows? We might have some new things to talk about. I mean, we obviously will.
Yeah, it will have been a month.
Yeah, and like a highly eventful month.
Yeah.
Because I will have gone on my trip. You will have gone blueberry picking for a month.
Yeah.
You come back with like an awesome tan and like 43 kilos of blueberries.
I'm looking forward to it.
And yeah.
I discovered recently, but you know how you can make wine out of like grapes, but you can also make it out of like elderberries and shit?
Yeah.
Pretty sure you can make it out of blueberries. I'm gonna try and make blueberry wine.
That'd be nice. I mean,
Like,
I'm
I
sure
don't
you'd
like
have to buy
grape.
the blueberries.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I'm not gonna nick them.
Yeah. Could. You probably snatch like one while you're
Yeah.
in the fields.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to wear a hat. You're so fucking pale. I see this, like, wait, who's paler? No, other side, that's cheating. Okay,
You're
well,
still
I'm way
paler.
paler than you, but but you're still, like, pale.
Yeah.
You gotta, like, bring, like, a hat. Like, some muscle
I'm going to bring a hat.
Some fucking taco.
I'm going to...
Form, like,
Yes, I'll
foot
bring a mus-
brim.
Yes. Well, to be fair, I have, like, a vague advantage in this area, because I'm more sun-resistant than most white people. Because I'm, like, a little bit Italian. Or some shit. Well, no, because here's the thing. My mum and my brother and I are all, like... We have, like, olive tone Italian skin, whereas my dad and my sister have very, like, peach tone Irish skin.
Okay.
Melody also has very peach tone Irish skin.
Melody's about as pale as me.
Yeah. Melody will barbecue.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Melody... You know, the... Like... You know when grapes get really rotten?
Yeah.
And the skin sort of just slides off the inside? That's
Yeah.
what Melody's skin
That's what
is
Melody's
gonna
gonna be in a month. Yeah.
Yeah, you two are gonna... You're gonna have to pack, like, that sunscreen that's
Yeah.
literally, like, the Ben Nye clown white
Yeah,
paint.
I know.
Like, the cream.
Yeah.
Man,
Yeah.
a whole month.
A whole month. It's gonna be so odd. Maybe I'll have an
Yeah.
intense summer fling.
Oh my god. With some, like, 50-year-old blueberry picker. His name's, like,
Maybe I won't have an intense summer fling.
Harry.
Harry.
Harry the blueberry picking man.
Harry the blueberry
And he's
picking
got, like, a beard.
Yeah.
And he picks blueberries.
Yep. That's his
Oh,
life.
Harry. Man, I'm gonna go kayaking and shit.
Dude, that's exciting.
I gotta get a bikini because my only swimsuit that I've got is like a one piece
Yeah.
in sand.
Yeah.
I don't like sand.
No, sand bad.
Yeah.
Get a bikini.
Yeah, so I can empty out the coochie sand pocket. But like, yeah, I don't know.
God, it's gonna be weird being gone for a month. Like,
Yeah.
I don't get homesick when I'm away, but like, I don't know, I miss the ability to hang out with people.
Yeah, well, you got Mel there.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
This will be an interesting experience and how long I can go without actually killing her.
Wait, so how many days are you actually like working when you're up there? Is it like 5 days?
6 a week. You
Damn.
get Sundays off. And you get free lunch on Sundays, so that's pretty good. And you're allowed, like, music and shit in the fields. And
You don't get free food on other days?
No.
Okay.
I don't know. Anyway. I mean, free lunch once a week was more than I was expecting.
Yeah, true.
But yeah. Yeah,
Man.
it'll be good. It'll
Yeah.
be a good experience in independence.
Yeah. You get to pick blueberries.
You get to pick blueberries.
Man,
Yeah.
excited for raspberry picking.
Yeah. Raspberries are like thorny plants,
That's okay.
but like they're still good.
I got like prick resistant skin.
You do not.
Yeah, no, I really don't. I got like 1 million mosquito bites the other
Yeah,
day.
I see that.
Because
Eesh.
I've been really trying hard not to pick them because
Yeah.
like as soon as I scratch them like once, like I get craters.
Oh, yeah,
So
yeah.
and that's like what all the round scars on my legs are from. And like because I was at Lucas's the other night.
Yeah.
And I was staying like downstairs on the lounge, and we had the back door open, and my t-shirt came down to like here,
Yeah.
and then I had like the blanket up to here, and so there was this little skin
sliver.
window,
Oh,
and
dear.
it's on both arms too,
Yeah.
because
Just
I fucking like
abandoned
rolled
mosquito
over,
bites.
yeah, and then I had like one on the back of my neck and shit.
Ooh.
This mosquito was really like it would have been the size of a fucking grape flying.
Too fat to fly. Oh, what was that?
Someone upstairs just had I don't know, clutter. And I was on the balcony earlier, like playing guitar, because I was in my room playing guitar, and then I was like,
What if
there's
you
so
went
much
outside?
free sun outside. And I can go, like, absorb some for a little bit.
Yeah, vitamin D good for you.
Yeah. I don't know. I do not often get, like, a craving to sit in the sun. Because I think my body's just so used to not having any vitamin D ever at this point.
Yeah.
Mm.
I get sunlight craving. Like, I like to be, like, in the dark, but also occasionally I'm like, all right, come on, sunlight, let's
Yeah.
go.
It's like, oh, man. You know what's, like, the epitome of comfort?
What?
You know when you see, like a dog lying on, like, bricks in the sun?
Yeah, both my dogs do that.
Yeah.
Now, especially as it's warmer, and they always look so comfy.
Ringo does that, and, like, sometimes when I was back home,
Yeah.
like, I just, like, go out in the sun and lie down on the bricks with him, and
Oh,
it's
yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah.
yep, this is vibes.
Yeah, it's vibes.
Like, Ringo is just the vibiest dog.
He is.
Because he's, like, so scared of everything.
Yeah.
And then he's just, like, chills out the rest of the time.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
We haven't discovered. Toby, for a couple of weeks, has been having, like, an issue where he's just been really scabby. Like, with no visible wounds, he's just been covered in scabs. So he went to the vet the other day, and we think he's allergic to grass.
Oh no.
So that's pretty interesting. So now he's on, like, 2 different types of medication. And also, he now has to get, like, washed twice a week with, like, medicated shampoo and stuff.
Oh, no.
And that's really funny.
Stinky boy.
Stinky boy.
Yeah.
So he hasn't been stinky for like 2 days, but the beginnings of it started again today. So now he's gonna have to wash him again on Monday. I just think it's funny.
Stinky.
Yeah.
Yeah. My mum always sends me photos of the dogs. And the other day when there was that, like, thunderstorm, which I didn't get here at all, but, like, you had it.
Yeah.
And my mum also had it, so
Yeah.
it was
and
clearly, like...
Johan had it a bit as well, I think.
Yeah, so it was clearly, like, coming from inside Australia.
Yeah.
And, like, Daphne is super scared of thunderstorms, and so whenever there is one, Mum will send me, like, a photo of her and how she's, like, tucked herself, like, inside the bed.
Nice.
Because she, like, really gets in there, because she's so scared.
Yeah,
That's cute.
Toby is also scared shitless of thunderstorms. He will, if I'm sitting at the bench, or even if I'm, like, sitting upstairs, like, at my desk doing something, he will, like, bolt, like, through the house up the stairs and, like, shove himself under my feet.
Yeah.
Which is very cute of him, but also, sir, I'm usually sewing if I'm at my desk.
Yeah.
Please budge.
And, like, it's, like, this Scooby-Doo-ass run they do when the first, like, thunder cracks. They're like...
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah. Dog's good.
Dog's good.
God, I'm gonna miss my dog so much from other. When I say I don't get homesick, I get homesick specifically for my dogs.
Absolutely. When I first, like, moved out in, like, what's the month before July? June. It was, like, June. Last year. And I, like...
You only moved in June? I thought you moved way earlier than that.
No, it was earlier than that. Not much earlier, but it might have been May.
Yeah, I think it was May.
Yeah, so when I moved in, though, I remember, like, I think it was, like, the second night after I moved in. And when I, like, closed the door, it made, like, a squeaking noise with, like, the hinge on the door frame. And it sounded like my dog Daphne. Oh. And I, like, opened the door back up, and obviously she wasn't there. And I stood there and I cried.
No, that's so sad!
I know! And this was before my brother moved in too, so I was just, like, standing there like a dumbass and weeping for, like, 45 minutes.
Oh, that's so sad!
Yeah.
God. I don't know, recently I've had this, like, irrational fear of, like, my other DMJ's dog died last year. One of yours died last year. One of my other friends' dog died last year. So I'm, like, hoping and praying that it's not Kimber's turn next, sort of thing.
Yeah, I mean...
She's 12 years old. She's pretty old, and she's got fucked up joints. She's got a heart murmur.
Yeah.
And also she was a street dog for, like, quite a long time before we adopted her, so we don't know what happened there. But I'm, like, scared shitless that she'll die while I'm away. And I think that will ruin me emotionally, and I might never come back. So, yeah.
I mean, it's usually, like, a pretty slow decline.
Yeah.
Like, but yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it happens when it happens.
Doing fine.
Yeah. It happens when it happens, though.
Yeah, that's true.
Like, yeah. Damn, we were out, like, when I found out that Betty was dying. That was the worst fucking day. And then we got onion rings and they were bad.
And they were so expensive, and the pizza was soggy and awful.
Also, my dog died. But
And
yeah,
also
the pizza was so bad.
None of it was good.
We were going high heels shopping. That's what we were doing.
Yeah. We'd finished. Like, you got the call before we went high heel shopping.
Yeah, no, we were on the way there, and we were listening to Thunder and Lightning by Ninja Sex Party out loud on my phone, and I get the call from my mum.
The day had started so good.
Yeah, I pick it up, and I'm like, hello? And I hear my mum, like, go, I can't do this, and she, like, hands it to my dad, and I'm like, oh, no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You, like, stopped there on the street with, like, the rainbow crosswalk.
Yeah.
And you stopped and, like, listened to your phone for a really long time. And, like, you are not you're not a very facially expressive person sometimes. Yeah. But, like, the way you were just sort of blankly looking at the world, I was like, oh no.
Oh, yeah. Like, I physically cannot express, like, emotion in public.
Yeah. And you sure didn't, but the vibes had gone south.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was a not fun day.
Yeah.
Yucky vibes.
Yucky vibes. Which, understandably, yucky vibes, but...
Yeah, and I mean... Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm very, very bad at dealing with other people's emotions, particularly when they're sad. So I told, like, a Shane Dawson joke, and I said nothing else for, like, hours. Because I don't know what to do.
Because we were like, no, we were sitting in the pizza shop.
Yeah.
And you were like, man, this day sucked. And I was like, why does it suck for you? And you were like, I'm an empath.
Yeah. Which I thought would make you laugh, and to my credit, you snorted like a little bit. But that's like my one solution to emotional problems is get them to laugh and then get the fuck out.
No, man, no, that was...
And then we had Paul. And then the
the
fire alarm went off in the
down.
Paul studio. You weren't even there. I had like gone in. You said you were gonna go home.
No, it's because we were going to go on the train, and then the train, we missed it.
Yeah.
So I was like, I'll drive us, and then there wasn't a park, and then I was like, I'll just go home. But I decided to like drive around the block and get another park and come in. And when I get there and get out of the car, I see fucking a bunch of strippers on the side of the
I'm like waving
street.
at you from down the park.
Yeah, and then
like the building burned down.
Yeah, I hear like sirens and shit, and I'm like, what the fuck is happening today? And so we're just lying on the side of the building and like laughing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like cloud gazing, that was pretty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then she didn't actually end up dying until the next day.
Yeah. Still.
It was like, it wasn't in such a bad period of coronavirus, but they still weren't doing like home euthanizations, but they made a like special exception because we'd literally been at that one for Betty's whole life.
Yeah.
And so they came over and we did it on the grass, and
yeah,
you know, it was as nice as it could be. Yeah.
Yeah.
But still, it like sucks, but it happens when it happens.
Yeah, I know.
And the dogs were like sad for a while, but they've kind of like come into their own now. And I don't know. I think Daphne might be the alpha, just because Ringo's too like timid. Yeah.
Fair enough.
She's recently acquired Homewrecker, which is so. Ringo has had this like toy monkey since he was like a baby.
Yeah,
it was like the first toy, and it has been in very poor shape for a while.
Yeah.
And this monkey has needed like several surgeries where we like sew it back up.
Yeah.
And Mum ended up getting this other toy, which was like a gorilla that was made out of similar fabric so that she could like donor arms from it and shit to Monkey.
I love
but
that.
she couldn't bring herself to do it. And so she just tried to get Ringo to love gorilla for a bit.
Yeah.
And he wasn't really digging it, but so I named the gorilla Homewrecker because Monkey, you know, it was trying to get Ringo to cheat.
Yeah.
And, but Daphne has recently
acquired Homewrecker.
Yeah, and it's funny. It's one of the ones that makes like the honking sound instead of the squeaking sound.
Yeah.
And it is very gorilla shaped. Yeah, good stuff.
Good stuff.
Man.
Wow, this episode took a turn.
Yeah.
Wife is still up. She's lost the tracer goggles, but the terrible Rick and Morty shirt
is
still there.
It lingers.
Tinsel's still there.
It's because I had to move it the other day because we put the cupboard back up in my brother's room.
Oh yeah.
Well, not my brother's room anymore.
In the room.
Yeah. Still welcome to move in the like.
What
3
if I come
months.
back from berry picking and I just live here?
You could.
I could. I'm considering it.
There's like It's only going to be for like 3 months that I have it, so
I know.
you can probably bribe Sally to take care of your pets for that long.
Mm.
But yeah, if you're worried about Kimber though, you should be at home.
Yeah. I don't know, like, she's been fine for literally years. Like, we had a really, really bad scare maybe 4 years ago.
Yeah.
And then after that, she's been bright as rain. Even though that she has, like, seal feet because her arthritis is really bad.
Oh, they're really funny.
I know.
I love her seal feet.
Yeah. But, like, I don't know, during the really, really bad year, she was, like, coughing all the time. She wasn't walking anywhere. We had her on, like, pain meds and shit. And since then, she's been fine. Like, she'll chase lizards around the garden and shit. Like, she's having a whale of a time. Being very grumpy that she is. I love my dog so much.
Yeah.
So, like, I know it's probably irrational, but at the same time, I'm like, oh, no.
No, it's not irrational because it happens eventually.
Yeah.
Like, to everything. That's just how life goes.
I know. But...
Yeah.
Still. Still.
Yeah. It sucks. I've got, like, a very warped perception with, like, life and death. Because, like... My mum's a funeral singer, and I used to literally go to, like, funerals every weekend of, like, my childhood. So,
yeah.
There's some Charlie lore.
That's some fun Charlie lore.
Yeah.
Like, my perspective on death is, like, not completely alright either. One time, when I was, like, 6, I'd had this, like, horrific nightmare that my whole family had died, right?
Yeah, as you do.
And, like, Dad was still out on the couch. This was, like, at 2 a.m. He was watching some sports game that was happening in Ireland or some shit. And I came out and I was like, I had a nightmare. And he was like, oh, what'd you have a nightmare about? And I was like, everyone died. And he was like, they do. He had been drinking.
Lol.
And I was like, oh, okay, but not for a while, right? And he was like, I don't know, maybe tomorrow. And I was like, what? I was a 6-year-old child.
Man.
Yeah.
Yep.
And ever since then, I've been like, oh, okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
Things will just die, and it might happen soon.
Yeah, it happens whenever.
Yeah.
Death just...
Yeah, and I know that, and,
vibes.
like, the majority of the time, it doesn't bother me that much, but when I think about my dog specifically, I'm like, ah!
Oh, yeah. No, it's...
Yeah. But yeah, shout out to my dad who handled that emotional situation like a fucking champion.
That's such, like, just dad energy.
I know.
Like, yep, you die when you die. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Man.
And, like, I went back in my room, and, like, at this point, because we live in this tiny little flat in Hong Kong, like, both of my siblings and I shared a room, right? And there was a fish tank in the corner. But, like, I went back into my room, and I climbed up the ladder, because I was on the top bunk of this bunk bed, and, like, I could peer over at where Tom was sleeping, and I could do, like, an upside down and see where Sally was sleeping. Yeah. And I did not sleep that night. I just spent the rest of it, like, waiting for them both to breathe.
Damn.
Yeah. So, I would like to think I'm fine.
With death?
With death.
Yeah. I think, I don't know. Because the weird thing is, like, we're gonna die.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's gonna just, like, happen.
Yeah. Like, I was actively suicidal for...
Oh, yeah.
Like, when I was 15 to when I was, like, 17, I think.
Damn.
Or, like, 14 to... Something like that.
Yeah.
And I was like... If I die, then I die. But now I'm like, oh, but what if I've got stuff to look forward to, but also it doesn't matter that much?
Yeah,
I'm a bit funky about death.
Yeah, because, like, you know, I had a stage of wanting to live it for a while as well.
Yeah.
And, I don't really want to talk about that on the podcast.
Yeah, that's fair.
But, I think I was looking at, like, photos of, like, cool old people. and I had this thought.
Yeah.
And, well, it wasn't even a thought, it was like a vision. And it was me as, like...
you as a cool old person?
No, even better. It was me as, like, a shriveled up 90-year-old in, like, a black robe, right?
Yeah.
And there's kids that are on my lawn. And I come out and I point at them with my mangled old finger. Yeah, and I go, I curse on your crops. And I've got like a glass eye, and I go back inside and I like hobble. And since then, I want to be fucking old. I want to live until I'm like 97 or some shit.
Oh my god, that's like the other day I was like thinking to myself, you know, if I just died at 55, then it would be fine. Like, I wouldn't have time to, like, crumble to dust still alive.
But, yeah, I want to crumble.
It would be so funny if I was, like, some old fucking androgynous witch goblin creature living in some house in some country.
Yeah.
Like,
You come up and you point your
you
bony
point-
old finger
I
at
will
the
hide
youth.
bones in my windows.
Yeah.
I will grow mushrooms on my balcony.
Yeah, I wanna be
I want to
yeah.
be a weird old witch so bad.
Yeah. I think we need to start, like, a coven of, like...
Yeah.
Okay, we need to find, like, all of... Okay, like, all the suicidal teens, right? And get them to sign a pact to not livent... To not live it.
Unalivant.
Yeah, to not livent is to...
Yeah.
Yeah, to not livent until they're really fucking old so we can be, like, a very old witch coven.
Yeah, that would be... That's, like, my goal in life.
It's 2077, cyberpunk is happening outside, and we're in a witch tower.
We're in a witch tower. We live in some, like, backwoods bit of Ireland or something.
Yeah.
Somewhere, because, like, that's good witching weather.
Mm.
Assuming that there'll still be weather in 2077.
No. Assuming the world's even, like, still around.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah.
man. How are we doing for time?
Oh, it's been close
51.
to an hour.
We have to cut out, like, the front section.
Yeah, that's true.
This podcast, man, this is the death one.
What a roller coaster today has been.
Yeah. Man.
I realize that the fact that it's the death one is my fault because I talk about Melvis, but like...
Oh no, Melvis.
I'm devastated about Melvis. But yeah.
Because I don't think that when we die, anything, like, actually happens.
No, I don't.
But,
I
like,
have this, like, theory that's like, oh, when you die, you've just, like, hit a restart on, like, the life that you've just lived, and you can take different choices. And you actually die when you've taken every possible choice. Is my theory, but also...
It almost seems, like, too hopeful. Like, it seems...
No, I know I know that it's hopeful.
Yeah.
I'm not...
All of it seems like...
I'm not here to be accurate. It's just, like, a fun little thought that I have.
All of it seems, like, too good to be true. I know that there's, like,
without
one...
a doubt, but-
There's, like, one belief system, I cannot remember which, and it's, like, every, like, person on Earth... I don't think it's a belief system, I think it might be, like, a book, but... Every person on Earth is, like, the same soul.
Oh,
and when you die, you go back and you live that life.
That's from a short story. It's called The Egg.
Yeah, okay.
I really like that theory as well.
I
know that it's too hopeful. I think it's fun.
Well, yeah, I think it's just a fun, like, look at, you know, consciousness and whatnot, but...
And it's, like, a good reminder to be, like, nice to people.
Yeah.
Which I think is useful in a belief system.
But it's also, like, scary because people in, like, the medieval ages got put in, like, the Iron Bull.
Oh, yeah. Terrifying.
Yeah.
But, like, that's them. This is us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How fucking terrifying is the Iron Bull?
Oh, yeah, no,
I can think of no worse way to die.
No, that's awful.
Oh, no, the rat cage one.
Rat cage bad?
The rat bucket, where they, like, heat it up and the rat burrows.
Oh, God, yeah, I forgot that existed.
Yeah.
That's awful.
They put, like, a bucket on this person's torso.
Yeah.
With, like, rats in it, and then they, like, hold
They,
a
like,
torch to it so it heats up and the
Yeah,
rats
they put
burrow,
hot coals on
like,
it.
into your stomach.
To escape the heat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Medieval torture. They were just fucking
They
coming
were
up with shit.
Yeah.
How much, like, progressive technology could have been made
If
instead
they
of, like,
weren't
the
being
Iron
just
Bull?
fucking awful to each
Yeah.
other, yeah. Yeah.
I think that, like, I honestly think that death is just, like, nothing.
Oh, yeah.
Nothingness. And, like, because it's, like... But I think that's almost, like, also hopeful in a way, because I'm still, like...
Oh, yeah.
I'm still hoping for, like, a black void.
Yeah.
But I know that it's not going to be that. It's going to be complete non-consciousness, because your brain's, like, not even firing enough.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I was talking to somebody at uni once, and this was at, like... I don't know. I don't even know. It was like 10 p.m. We'd both been at the uni bar getting drunk. They were buying me drinks, which was very nice of them.
Nice.
And they were like, you know what? After, like, the life... This person was, like, 24 for context. After the life I've had, I'm really hoping death is just, like, nothing so I can, like, just rest.
Yeah.
And I was like, that sounds good.
And I think that's, like, the best way of looking at it, as, like, rest.
Yeah.
Because, like, that's, like,
Just...
the perfect sleep, when you go to bed and, like, you know what I mean? You just, like, black out. You don't, like, have dreams or anything. But the thing is, it's not going to be that, because you're still conscious enough to... You still wake up and you go, man, I enjoyed that.
Yeah.
But there's no, like, waking up.
Yeah.
Which is, like, spooky.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think it's worth being alive for as long as you can.
Yeah. Like, I like my restart theory, but I'm not putting any stock in it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Because it's like, you know, it's what you were before you were born.
Yeah.
The complete Nothingness.
The oblivion.
How weird is it that we were all swinging around in a nutsack?
We've gone too deep into philosophy. Time for boulders.
Nutsack hammock!
Nutsack hammock. That's awful.
Nutsack, baby, nutsack.
You should be shot.
But, like, that's where we were.
I know. I don't like thinking about it.
Well, you can think about it as your first apartment was in an ovary.
Yeah.
That's worse. No, that's better.
No, that's better.
And swinging around in a nutsack.
Yeah.
We all went down the pee tube.
Yeah, that's why I think it's worse.
Life is so fucking weird.
Yeah.
Like,
It's so odd.
yeah.
Why does everything evolve into a crab?
I will never understand, like, what do you call it? Like, DNA instinct. Like,
What do you mean by
not for
DNA
like fucking breeding and shit, but for like spiders making webs, for example. How the fuck do they just vibe around and they're like, 1 second, wait, I'm getting a signal from the hive mind. Yeah.
Yeah.
And they just fucking do that shit, and it's like all like mathematically perfect and shit just because they know.
Yeah.
They like have it in their bones.
Yeah.
They're like, wait, I don't know why,
Hang on,
but I
time
feel
to do
the
a perfect
urge.
octagonal moment.
I must shit an octagon.
You know, in many ways, I think life would be quite good if you were a spider. We wouldn't have to do all this fucking philosophy.
Maybe they do.
That's true.
They do it on like a spider level. But they like look at
Yeah.
the web and then they're like, what?
Yeah, but at the end of the day, they've still got a web.
Yeah.
We've acquired nothing except some chopped up onion and some peeled potatoes.
But like, yeah.
Yeah.
I guess if you just like had a completely isolated human and then just waited to see what happened, I wonder what it would be. Because it's like, you know, we wake up, we go to school, we work,
I mean,
we make a baby, we die.
Okay. Here's like a thing that I learned in biology last
Something's like
semester.
rattling.
It's probably me knocking.
No, it's this. It's the old soda stream.
Oh, nice. Is that there are like two types of organisms, and one is like an R type, and the other one I think is like an S type, but I'm not actually sure what it is. And like S type or whatever it is, are like every organism falls under these two categories.
Mm-hmm.
And an S type is like they produce lots of offspring, they have a quite short lifespan, and they don't hang around to like see how their offspring
Okay, so
work.
like fish and shit.
Fish, spiders, insects,
Yeah.
small mammals like mice.
Yeah.
And then R types will have very small groups of offspring with a much longer lifespan and a much, much longer development period. So that's like humans, elephants, horses, stuff like that.
Yeah.
And we don't know why evolution has split off into these two things. It's not dependent on what kingdom you are. It's not dependent on what species. Like, it is...
I mean, it seems like a size thing.
Yeah?
Not like size necessarily of the animal, but like size of the environment. Because like, I don't know. Well, no, it's like predators, isn't it? Yeah.
No, it's not necessarily true.
No, but like
An elephant's not a predator.
no, an elephant's not like hunted by anything. That's why it can like safely have one baby. But like
Yeah.
frogs, for example, have like 1 trillion because
Yeah.
they get eaten by shit.
Yeah.
And then
But things like small monkeys will only have one thing at a time, and they are a major, major part of the food web.
but they're
for most
smart enough to like move. They're smart enough to like
So is-
monkey out of there.
A mouse is smart enough to mouse out of there.
Less so. I don't think monkeys and mice are on the same
No,
level
they're
of
not on the
intelligence.
same level, but like,
Boom, biology sorted. Solved your fucking theory.
solves your problem. But like, I don't know.
Yeah, no, it's...
But like, it's not dependent on whether you're predator or prey.
But it's dependent on these obvious categories that I can't put into words, like...
Yes, very, very good and scientific of you.
Well, that's how this podcast started,
That's
let's
true,
not forget.
that's true.
But there's like... Okay, there's like animals that are insects.
Yeah.
So like frogs are animals that
Yeah,
are
that's
insects.
S-type.
Yeah, exactly. All the S-type ones
Yeah.
are in that sort of
Yeah.
category, yeah. And then that's like amphibians and shit. And then there's the big boys. There's the chunguses. Chungus. And they have one baby that they look after because they're like, he who's smart enough to do that. Sue me, science.
Okay. So a pigeon is an R-type. It has one usually 1 or 2 eggs at a time.
Mm-hmm.
A hawk,
Mm-hmm.
some species are called S-types, like peregrine falcons, have lots of kids. Well, not like hundreds of kids, but like much bigger litter sizes than you expect out of S-types.
How much do you have to
R-types.
have to be like an R-type?
It's
like, would
not so
dogs
much
be?
like the number of offspring, it's like the development period relative to species. Like
Okay, so how fast you can shit them out.
yeah.
So if you had like...
How fast you can shit out an egg and it turns into an adult, basically.
Okay, so like...
like a
that would mean
pigeon-
that like cicadas though are R-type. Because they have like...
No, because
20-year
they don't
development
they don't rear their young. It depends on like whether or not you take care of your kids.
Okay, these categories should not be... Okay.
Like how fast they grow up.
Oh, they grow up so fast.
Yeah. Because like frogs, some frogs will take care of their kids, and lots of reptiles will take care of their kids, but they're still S-types.
Frogs don't take care of their kids,
Some
do they?
Some do.
Huh, thought they just like...
Lots of tree frogs and shit will.
I forgot about tree frogs. Man, I was so obsessed with like, what are the really like spicy tree frogs? You know what I
Poison
mean?
dart frogs?
Poison dart frogs.
They're
I was,
so cool!
I was obsessed with them when I was younger.
God, they're rad.
Oh god, you know what? I was speaking of things I was obsessed with when I was younger. Earlier today, I was having a Hollywood Undead relapse.
Oh, no.
Yeah, no, I know. I'm fully aware. I would like to apologize. Most of all to my mother, who had to listen to that like every day in the car on the way to school with me in year 8. And I had this moment where I was sitting there and listening to like everything on shuffle, and
Yeah.
obviously not like the newer albums,
Yeah.
but everything from like the first, I think it's 5.
Yeah.
I knew every single word, and I was like, "Oh no,
Yeah.
why is this in my long term?"
Yeah. No, I know. I recently have compiled a playlist, and it's called Still 15, Me. And it's almost entirely like Fall Out Boy and Panic at the Disco.
Yeah.
And I can sing that entire playlist word for word, and that is upsetting to me in a way I can't articulate.
Because the thing is, because I was like talking to someone the other day about like cringy phases we had when we were younger, and this completely slipped my mind. But I was like the worst Hollywood Undead fan. I mean, they were like on the inside of my locker and shit. I had like a wall of them. I had printed out each of the masks, and I had them there.
Oh my god.
And yeah, I thought I was so fucking swag, and yeah.
That's so funny.
No, listening back to it now, I was like, oh, why?
I mean,
But yeah.
some are bangers.
A very select few, because they've got
not
like...
many.
Hollywood Undead, it like goes into 3 categories. It's
Yeah.
got blatant misogyny,
Yes.
and then it's got some rock bangers,
Yeah.
and then it's got... You know how the Beatles has got like the songs by Ringo category? Hollywood Undead's got like the songs by Ringo. I'm not exactly sure who in the band is the Ringo.
One of them.
Yeah.
It changes week to week.
Yeah.
Are Hollywood Undead still like active?
They are. They're like still... I haven't listened to anything that they've made like
fair
in
enough.
previous years.
Me about Fall Out Boy.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's when they made Immortals, I listened to that and then I stopped.
Yep. Man, but I need to stop throwing so many stones in my glass house, because like I had the worst phase, and I would like listen to it on the bus so loud that you could hear it on the outside of my headphones. I feel like we should probably cut this podcast soon.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or nowish even. Cause
Yeah, we've finished all our conversations about. Wow, sorry to everyone who listens to this in the YouTube premiere.
Yeah.
I will be around to answer any questions, but I will answer them extremely cryptically.
Nice.
Yeah.
Anyway,
we'll sort it out.
yeah.
Yeah.
We will see you soon. Actually, this might even be going out when you... No, it won't be going out when you're away. Because we've got one before this to upload.
Yeah,
We can upload it tonight.
Yeah, well, might as well.
We're going to edit the last one too. Okay, bye guys!
Bye!